Hey you all, once again welcome back to my channel. How are you all? I hope you all are absolutely fine and you all are doing well. And it's been so long, so I expect that most of you have completed your assignments, right students? So students, in today's video lesson, we will start with the new grammar chapter, that is your chapter number 2, subject and predicate, right? So students, by now I'm definitely sure that most of you must be knowing about a subject because we have already done detailed explanation about subject, about verb, about helping verb and about the object in the previous videos, right? So that is why in the previous videos we have covered this topic in detail so that we can make a good base for our chapter number 2. So if you have understood chapter number 1 well, you would be easily understanding this chapter number 2, subject and predicate. Okay, so now let's begin. Okay, so students, since we have done a lot of discussion about subject, can you define what is a subject? Can you tell me what is a subject? So a subject is the doer of the action, right? Whosoever is performing the action in my sentence would be my subject, right? Whosoever is doing that action, that is known as the subject. For example, if I have this sentence, Rohan is going to school. Okay, pay attention over here. Rohan is going to school. Now, if I have to answer that who is going, I need to ask what is my subject, right? So in order to know that what is my subject, I must ask a question. Who is going to school? So the answer what I'll get in return would be my subject, right? Whenever you want to find out a subject, always ask a question that who is doing that action, okay? Who is the doer of that particular action in the concerned sentence? So that would be my subject. So here if I say Rohan is going to school, here who is going to school? Yes, Rohan. So it means that Rohan is my subject, right? So students, since you know that we have done a lot of discussion about this, so now in this chapter we will study about subject and predicate. We all have done about the sentences, right? And by now you all must be knowing that in a sentence we have two parts, right? A sentence always consists of two parts. So part first is subject and the half part is predicate. Now we all know that what is the subject, right? The one who is performing the action or the one who is the doer, right? So now what is a predicate? So students, now we need to know what is predicate, right? We all know what is subject. So now what is predicate? Predicate is that part which talks about the action done by the subject in a sentence. Okay, what work is done by the subject? That would be my predicate. So if I have this sentence, Rohan is going to school. So here Rohan is my subject. Is going to school is my predicate. Right. Now why it is my predicate? Because it is telling us about the subject, that what work is being done by the subject. So are you understanding? Whatever part is telling us that what is done by the subject, that would be my predicate. Okay. So predicate always talks about the action which is being done by the subject. Is that clear to you all? Okay, now let's see some of the examples in order to understand the identification of subject and predicate, right? So students, now I have this example. I am reading a story book. Now in this sentence, we need to see that what is my subject and what is my predicate, right? So if I talk about this sentence here, I is my subject, okay? As I told you that we have to ask the question, who is reading this story book? So what is the answer? I. So it means that I is my subject. Am reading a story book is the predicate. Now why this is my predicate? Because it is telling us about the work of the subject, that what action has been done by the subject, right? What my subject is doing here? My subject is reading a story book. So that means this is my predicate. Here I is my subject. Am reading a storybook is my predicate, right? Let's see the next one. They are fighting for toys. Can you see I have different subjects here? with different helping verb, right? So they are fighting for toys, full stop. So now what is my subject here? Here, if I say who all are fighting for toys, so what is my answer? They. I'm talking about more people, I'm talking about plurals. So they is my subject, right? Are fighting for toys is my predicate, right students? He is always busy in his work. This is my fourth sentence. He is always busy in his work. So now, what is my subject here? Who is busy? He is busy. We are talking about a person, that this person is busy. So he is my subject. And is always busy in his work is my predicate, right? Because of this, we are getting to know that this person is busy in his work, right? So my this subject is doing what? My this subject is busy in his work. So that is why he is my subject, and is always busy in his work is my predicate. Okay students, is this clear to you all that how to identify a subject and predicate? Now let's move further. So students, as you all know that now we can easily identify the subject. But you know what happens sometimes? We do have more than one subject in a sentence, right? There can be possibilities that in a sentence we can have more than one subject, right? So what do we call that subject? We call that subject compound subject. So what are compound subject? Whenever we talk about compound subject, it means it is a mixture. When we combine one or more, right? So when we are talking about combination, when we mix something, right? More than one, when we are combining, so that is what? That is my compound subject, right? For example, if we have this example, me and my mother cooks delicious food. So here we can see that we have two subjects. Now who is cooking good food? Who is cooking delicious food? I am talking about two people. I am talking about me and my mother. That me and my mother cooks delicious food. So here we are talking about two. So that is why these two are my subject. Okay, is that clear to you? So students, there can be chances that in a sentence we can have two subjects or two predicates, right? So it depends upon the sentence that it may contain two subject or two predicate. So it is very important for us to identify the right subject. So always pay attention whenever you are having any sentence. You must ask the question that who is the doer in the concerned sentence. You must know that who is performing the action, and then you must know the detail about it, that what action my doer is performing. Okay, what task has been done by the subject, right? So the very first thing is to identify the subject and the predicate. So students, in today's video, I have only introduced the topic till here. So make sure you have to do the assignment which is related to this video lesson, right? And you will find this assignment in the description box. So do refer to the description box as well. So students, I hope that this much is clear to you all, right? So now in the upcoming videos, we will discuss further about subject and the predicate, right? So till then, what you have to do, you have to keep on identifying subject and predicate, okay? Practice some sentences by yourself and don't forget to do the assignment questions. Okay, so now I'll meet you all in the next video lesson. And yes, before going, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel and share the video with your friends and classmates. So goodbye, take care.